Well, hellfire, it is Rock the Riff, and I am back for another Metalhead Envy. Today, I am checking out Droner by Byrnes. Hopefully, I'm saying that name right. This comes from Dr. Gino. The doctor's orders are more microtonal stuff. I think you should check out Droner from Brandon Bynes' album Realism. I think you'll really like this one, though my personal favorite from Realism is Wishbone. Brandon also has some videos with him playing microtonal guitar. So I'm down for the microtonal. I think that shit just sounds so cool and unique. Part of that might be because I've never been able to physically play a microtonal guitar. It's so hard, I guess, when you're poor and broke like me. And then location. It's so hard to try out some really cool stuff. It's like right now I've got an Ormsby Metal X 7-string that I am doing my damnedest to try to trade for a Strandberg. I want a Strandberg 6 and 7 so bad. Oh me. If I had money, if money was no issue, I'd already have them, but it's like fuck, around here it's so hard to get a hold of one. So by the time I'm actually trying to find a microtonal guitar, it's gonna be an act of Congress. But either way, let's dive on into Droner. Hell yeah. I already like the heaviness. Dr. Gino, you already hit the nail on the head. This has already started off fucking killer. I like the vocal flow. I love the droning sounds that are going on within this. That really, I like the high pitch one a lot too. It puts that little bit of extra salt on that. That boom, bam, 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 bam. This shit is the bomb so far. I've lost my way now. I'm so I face the rain high above blue sky. The taste of pain, and I'm so tongue-tied. Yeah. The rolling sips work so well with this. That one note that got held out there for a second kind of got me off, but it just all this right here. It's a lot of cool elements going on. I'll be honest though, I'm kind of like with all the droning and everything that is going on in Droner, I'm having a hard time trying to like really audio wise pick out exactly what the guitar is. I'm thinking it's that distorted line that's like, but I don't know for sure. Let's keep going. Or is it the bass line? It's the bass line, actual guitar, bass guitar. We're gonna get a solo. Okay. That was interesting. All this is very interesting. I think. How do I explain that? It's like, so if this is the one instrument and it's going forward, and then the next one, and then the next one, it I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's a trickle down effect. So at one point, when all the drone noises come in, they start to, like, by the end they start to kind of drown each other out, maybe just a hair. It's still very fucking cool though. Like, the I like the art imagery here, and then I like the song. All I could think is if I was in like Blade Runner or a futuristic city and I walked into the bar, like this would be the band playing. Like this sounds like a cyberpunk song for me. This is how I take it. And that's the cool thing about music, that we all interpret in different ways. It makes me think there's this movie. Me and my brother loved it. I remember I think even when we watched it, it was a little older. And there's a couple songs. The soundtrack for that movie is fucking badass because it just has some killer soundtrack. And I feel like this song would fit on that soundtrack perfectly. It was a movie called Strange Days with Ralph Fiennes. I don't know how to say that actor's name. Tom Sizemore was in it. Had Juliette Lewis. But me and my brother used to just rock out to that soundtrack. We really liked the movie, period. The movie was wild. The idea in it was fucking crazy. Like, with the VR set things before VR was even a thing. And I feel like this song would fit perfectly in that movie soundtrack. Uh, because I think it's good. I love the starting of it. I think this thing starts off just fucking boom. The only elements that kind of stood out to me that doesn't tickle or doesn't fancy my ears the most is the little bit of a vocal isolation run that he has. And I think the only reason why is because, one, if this isn't like a microtonal thing, it's not a common key, if that makes sense. Or either it's a common key, but where it's slightly off because of the microtonal axis of the frets. I feel like the isolated vocal parts, if just something small, like a keyboard synth or a bass or something just behind him as he was holding that note out, I feel like you would be able to sell that note being uh being on the key instead of off key, if that makes sense. I'm gonna say key about 1,000 more times. But that's just my ears, and I'm no expert. Just my opinion. All this is off the top of the dome. Dr. Gino, thank you for the request. I really did enjoy this. I would give this song, I would go 9 out of 10 horns. I would do a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for those little bitty vocal sections that kind of twang with me a little bit. But other than that, that was a fucking killer little track right there. It should be on Strange Days soundtrack. It should be in the movie Strange Days. That's how I feel. If this ends up being your first time to my channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're a big Brandon Bynes fan, give me some trivia. I don't know this. I have no clue about Brandon Bynes. This is the first song I've ever checked out from this dude. It was interesting. Album artwork is really cool too. I'm assuming that's him in his suit. But if you end up having a song suggestion you would love for me to check out, swing over the community tab. You'll see that round 4 of the Metalhead Envy suggestion is still going strong. I'm still getting comments and additions to it for the past 3 days. I've had a bunch the past 3 days. That's the best place to leave a request. That's the easiest place for me to keep track of the requests. And yeah, I can't think of nothing else to say. So stay positive, stay rocking. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.